chaos has rocked Maranello. Following a disappointing Singapore Grand Prix, Ferrari is on the verge of an internal collapse. Two of their star drivers, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, reportedly made shocking threats that could cause Frederic Vasseur to lose control of the team. The situation inside the Red Garage has become tense and emotional. Could this be a sign that Ferrari is heading for the biggest split in modern Formula One history? Let's discuss it. Ferrari came to the Singapore Grand Prix full of confidence. Pre-race simulations showed the SF25 performing well on the narrow, winding Marina Bay circuit. However, all that optimism was shattered during Friday's practice session. A serious floor pan issue forced the team to raise the ride height, disrupting the aerodynamic balance. From then on, the SF25 seemed unmanageable, exhibiting chronic understeer, weak front-end grip, and unpredictable cornering behaviour. Ferrari tried to fix the problem by replacing the brake air ducts with smaller ones. However, the move proved disastrous. Leclerc's brakes overheated halfway through the race, forcing him to slow down, and Hamilton's brake system failed completely near the finish. Hamilton was forced to cut corners to finish the race, resulting in a penalty. Instead of rivaling Mercedes, Ferrari faced a harsh reality. They finished in 6th and 8th place and were overtaken by rookie Andrea Kimi Antonelli. Ferrari's crisis wasn't caused by just a faulty setup. Rather, it was caused by the car's fundamental design. Their bold decision to adopt Red Bull's successful pull rod front suspension system backfired. Rather than improving performance, the new system eliminated one of Ferrari's traditional strengths, braking stability and consistency in slow corners. The car became far more sensitive to changes in tyre temperature, wind direction, and track surface elevation. Even worse, this type of suspension is notoriously difficult to adjust. The slightest change in geometry or pressure can instantly destroy the car's balance. One Ferrari engineer reportedly said, "This car is finished. We can't save it." These words symbolise the despair now haunting the Maranello headquarters. The internal situation was said to be extremely tense, with engineers working overtime without clear direction and drivers losing faith in the car's potential. Several sources reported that the SF25 development project had been halted since the Singapore Grand Prix. The focus has fully shifted to the 2026 car, which is expected to be a turning point in the new regulatory era. However, while this move seemed logical on paper, it had a serious domino effect. Team morale plummeted, communication between divisions weakened, and the relationship between drivers and management frayed. Behind Ferrari's legendary red walls, the shadow of crisis was growing. For Charles Leclerc, who had dreamed of achieving glory with Ferrari for years, giving up mid-season felt like a betrayal. After the race, he bitterly remarked, "We were drowning in our own expectations." Behind the scenes, however, Leclerc reportedly expressed far more anger. He urged the team to build a car that could win races, not just podiums. However, his criticism only led to new friction with the technical department. Some engineers felt that Leclerc was too demanding and didn't understand the limitations they faced. Meanwhile, Lewis Hamilton took a calmer approach, at least in front of the cameras. Beneath his composure, however, tensions were slowly rising and beginning to be felt within Ferrari's Maranello headquarters. Hamilton was reportedly collaborating with Loic Serra, his former technical colleague at Mercedes, to enhance Ferrari's outdated data analysis system. His scientific, data-driven, and highly disciplined approach clashed sharply with Ferrari's more emotional, hierarchical work culture, which relied on intuition and the instincts of Italian mechanics. It was a clash of two worlds, the systematic and cold British mindset against the passionate and spontaneous Italian philosophy. In the boardroom, Hamilton's straightforward analytical style often made some senior engineers feel attacked. For others, however, his presence brought a breath of fresh, professional air. The situation escalated when Hamilton reportedly sent a private memo to Ferrari management after the Belgian Grand Prix. The memo contained a brutal analysis of the SF25's weaknesses, ranging from weight distribution and aerodynamic stability to poor heat management on humid tracks. Some Ferrari executives appreciated Hamilton's honesty and assertiveness, viewing it as a demonstration of genuine concern and leadership. However, Others felt the move went too far, as if Hamilton were challenging internal authority and trying to change Ferrari's decades-old DNA. For Charles Leclerc, patience was reaching its limit. Behind his cool smile in front of the cameras, embers of dissatisfaction were starting to smoulder. His manager, Nicolas Tot, reportedly left open the possibility of exploring other options if Ferrari failed to find direction before the new regulatory era begins in 2026. Rumours in the Formula One paddock suggest that initial communication has been made with several major teams, including McLaren, Mercedes, and Aston Martin. All are awaiting the slightest sign that Leclerc is ready to move on. Ferrari isn't standing idly by. According to Italian media, Maranello has prepared contingency plans, including the surprising option of bringing in Oscar Piastri as a replacement for Leclerc in 2027. However, the threat isn't only coming from Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton is also beginning to show signs of anxiety. He still dreams of ending his career on a high note with Ferrari, capping his long journey with a victory that will be remembered forever. However, time is not on his side. Amidst this chaos, Frederic Vasseur appears adrift. Sources within Ferrari say that Vasseur lost complete control after the Singapore race. He was under pressure from two fronts: an angry fanbase and internal threats from his two star drivers. At a cold and tense press conference, Vasseur could only admit, "We can't deny that this is the lowest point of our season. But believe me, we're working day and night. There are no shortcuts in Formula One." A few days later, however, his statement to the French media sounded far more honest and sombre. "I know everyone is disappointed, but you have to understand, I don't have a magic wand. We need time. But time is something we don't have right now." These words illustrated Ferrari's current helpless situation, caught between expectations and reality. Some Italian media outlets even wrote scathingly, "Vasseur is no longer a leader, but a victim of Ferrari's own system." Amid intensifying political pressure within the team and internal gossip leaking to the media, Frederic Vasseur's position is now truly on the line. Tensions between management, engineers, and the two main drivers are making the atmosphere in Maranello more tense every day. Several internal sources claim that an emergency meeting was held after the Singapore Grand Prix to discuss the team's future direction. Amid intense public scrutiny and relentless pressure from the Italian media, some on Ferrari's board of directors are reportedly considering replacing Vasseur, especially if the situation doesn't improve in the next 3 races. Both drivers have lost faith, the team is divided, and the Tifosi's confidence has plummeted to its lowest point in 2 decades. The symbol of Italian pride now resembles a mighty ship that has lost its compass in a storm. Who will be the first to leave Ferrari? Will Frederic Vasseur still be captain when the season ends? Leave your thoughts below.